Hello, it is me again, Becky. Thank you for stopping by. And today, to continue my birthday month of recommending books based on my favorite trope, which is friends to lovers, today I have some non-fantasy romance friends to lovers book recommendations for you. Up first is a dark mafia romance friends to lovers recommendation, and that is Forgivable Sins by Adelaide Forrest. This is book 2 in the Bellendy Crime Syndicate series. And you know that it's my favorite of the series because it's friends to lovers. So in this, we follow Samara and Lino. Lino has always taken it upon himself to try and protect Samara as best he can, but Lino's father is a very, very vindictive man, so he didn't want to show his father that he had such a liking for Samara, so he kept a distance from her. But when Samara's ex-husband does something that puts her in incredible danger, Lino has his chance to claim her as his own, and that's what he does. This has great chemistry, spicy. Lino is such a possessive yet protective male main character, which is the kind I like. I like him possessive protective, not like possessive controlling. And I really liked Samara's character growth. She sort of starts out very timid because of her relationship with her ex-husband, but through Lino encouraging her and loving her, she really blossoms in her confidence. Absolutely loved it. Next up is Bend by Kivrin Wilson. So this is about Mia and Jay, who only knew each other since college. Mia was actually dating Jay's best friend, but when their relationship ended, Jay chose Mia's side over his friend's side. So they have been friends ever since. And they've never really taken it further than that. Despite the fact that they're both attracted to each other, they both work in similar fields. And one night, after a little too many drinks, Mia poses the question to Jay of, has he ever thought of sleeping with her? And once the cat's out of the bag, they decide to take their friendship to the next level to see if it could blossom more. I really liked this one because of the communication that these two had. You know, they didn't tiptoe around it. Once she posed that question, they were very open and honest about their feelings for one another. The male main character, Jay, he has a very vulnerable side to him, which I appreciated seeing within a romance. And these two just had some hot chemistry. Next up is one of the historical friends to lovers romances that I have. This is actually more of a young adult historical, and it's very light on the romance, but it does have that friends to lovers dynamic in it. And that is the Gold Seer series by Ray Carson, the first book being Walk on Earth, a Stranger. In this, we are following a young woman named Leah who can sense gold within the earth, and when somebody wants to take advantage and use her for this ability, she ends up running away and joining this caravan to go to California, where she can really profit herself off of her ability to sense gold within the earth. And her friend Jefferson actually left earlier than her because she had some family things going on, and he said, I will meet you here, and she never was able to meet up with him. So when they are both trying to travel to California, they end up meeting again along the road, where Leah is actually disguised as a young man because it's very dangerous for her to be on her own as a young woman in this time period. And through them being stuck together and spending more time together, their relationship turns from friends to more. This really isn't friends to lovers per se, because once again, this has no smut in it, but it's more friends to romance. Their friendship develops into a romance, and it develops through all 3 books. I really loved this. I am a huge fan of books that take place during the Gold Rush era, and this felt like reading the Oregon Trail. If you've ever played the Oregon Trail, that's what this felt like. I thought this also had an incredibly diverse cast of characters. We have characters from different ethnicities, different age ranges, different religions, different sexualities, different cultures, all melded together within this series. So this is definitely one that, it's a backlist one, but it's still one that I really enjoyed and I still think about to this day. Next, we have My Pumpkin by Marina Simcoe. So if you're wanting a weird friends to lovers romance, here you go. This is about Cassie and Max. Cassie picked out this pumpkin at a pumpkin patch when she was younger. And this pumpkin somehow ended up turning into this like dog-like creature that has grown up protecting her. And when she's an adult, she's out running with this weird dog-like creature, and she accidentally gets abducted by aliens, her and her dog. And when she is on the spaceship, her dog goes missing, but this weird man has taken his place. It's a man named Max, who tells her that he is not a man. He is more like an AI, robot-esque type creature that was the dog that was the pumpkin. That's so weird. And because they're in forced proximity on this ship, she gets to know him as the AI man that he now is, and they end up falling in love with one another. So girl essentially fell in love with the thing she thought was her dog that once was a pumpkin. He's got 3 tails. He's got 3 dicks. It's weird, but Max is a very protective love interest, and they had some fun chemistry together. If you're looking for the weird friends to lovers, check this one out. Next is a suspense romance, and that is Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. So in this, we are following Sydney and Oliver, who grew up together as children, and then Oliver was kidnapped at a very young age. And Sydney has never given up hope that he might still be alive, but it's been like 20-something years, and everybody else thinks he's dead. But one day, she finds out that Oliver has been discovered alive, and he's actually living next door to her. So they end up rekindling their friendship. She's really trying to help him reacclimate to this world that he hasn't been a part of, and introduce him to like the technologies and things like that he missed out on as a child. And their friendship turns into a romance. It did have some spice to it, but I wouldn't say it's overly spicy. I really liked the mystery element in here and how therapy was utilized to help Oliver overcome his trauma. And I just thought Oliver was such a pure-hearted, lovable male main character. So if you're wanting a little bit of a suspense romance with that friends to lovers dynamic, here you go. Next up is one that I didn't really enjoy all that much. I mean, I think I gave it 3.5 stars, so it wasn't the worst thing, but I'm going to throw it on here because you might enjoy it. And that is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borson. This is about Stella and Luke. Stella owns a Christmas tree farm, and she's hoping to get on, I think, this reality TV competition that the winner of said farms, who designed it the best or illuminated it the best or something like that, could win money. But she knows that the person running the competition, she has a favoritism toward like people in romances. But the only problem is she doesn't really have a romantic interest at this point. So she enlists the help of her best friend Luke to pretend to be her fiance so that they could appeal more to the viewing audience in the hopes of winning this competition. I think this is a great one for those Christmas vibes if you're looking for that. This did have a really good like small community atmosphere to it. Like everybody was very kind to one another. There wasn't like any small town drama in here that I could remember, which is something I liked about it. And these two did have good chemistry, but I think the thing that I didn't like about this was they didn't have great communication. So it does have that friends to lovers dynamic, and it was an okay read. So check it out if you're interested. Next up, we have Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. In this, we are following Kimba and Ezra. They literally grew up together right across the road from one another. Their families were best friends. They were taking baths together as children. They were each other's first kiss. And then their families had a falling out and they moved apart from one another. So in the beginning of this story, Kimba's father has passed away, and Ezra shows up at her father's funeral with not only a child in tow, but a wife. And they have this undeniable attraction to one another, but they know that they can't act on that attraction because he's already got a family and she is not a homewrecker. So they go their separate ways until something else happens that puts them in proximity with one another. And now Ezra's family dynamics have changed, and he is ready to really take Kimba as his own and really embrace the relationship that he once had with her and this attraction that he still has with her. But there's a hell of a lot of drama involved in this story that is causing tension within the relationship and roadblocks that they have to work through. These two had hella great chemistry, and I really liked the menopause rep that was in here. Kimba is going through menopause, and so she's somebody who's never wanted children. She's never thought about having children, and now that choice is being put on a timetable for her, so she really has to decide what she wants in this moment. I don't think I've ever read a romance that had menopause rep in it. I did really enjoy these characters separately and together as a couple. And my last recommendation is Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver, which is the third book in the Ruinous Love series. So I don't recommend starting here. I mean, you can read these books as standalones. However, there are things that would spoil relationship dynamics from the first two books if you just read this one. So I recommend reading them in order, but this is the one that has the friends to lovers. Well, I guess Butcher and Blackbird also had friends to lovers in it. So I'm going to recommend Butcher and Blackbird and Scythe and Sparrow, quite honestly. Butcher and Blackbird has two serial killers who are huge fans of one another, and they end up meeting up, and every year they have this competition to see who can kill a different serial killer. And through them doing this competition over the years, their friendship turns into a romance. Hella spicy. Funny as hell. Loved it. Okay, loved it. Then we get to Scythe and Sparrow, which is the other sort of friends to lovers. It's a little bit of a different friends to lovers. This one is about Fionn, who is Rowan's brother, and Rose. And Rose is another serial killer. She tries to take revenge on men who abuse their wives, who she's always coming in contact with at this carnival that she reads tarot cards at. And women come in and, like, you know, subtly hint to her that they need help, and she goes and takes care of their husbands. And she ends up getting hurt in one of these attempts, and Fionn ends up being her doctor, who invites her to stay with him at his house, what a nice guy, because she is unable to travel with her carnival because she is hurt. And once again, through them being in forced proximity with one another, they develop this friendship that leads into attraction, that leads into a romance. So I guess both of these are very much like strangers to friends to lovers dynamic. Scythe and Sparrow had this carnival dynamic that I really liked to it. Both of them have very creative and fun smut scenes in it, which I really enjoyed. So if you're looking for some spicy friends to lovers, you need to check out this series, but these two are the ones that have the friends to lovers dynamic. And that is it. Those are my recommendations for non-fantasy friends to lovers romances. So let me know down in the comments, have you read any of these? Will you be adding any to your TBR? Or leave me your favorite friends to lovers recommendations down below. But if you don't want to comment that, but would like to let me know that you made it to the end of this video, could you just leave me a ring emoji, I guess, because they all tend to fall in love and get married. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, go out there and read yourself a friends to lovers romance. Bye!